class of 2020, we were told from the very beginning that we were special, that a graduation would have this unique twist that would separate us from the rest. We sat in eager anticipation with every small project we completed, wondering what would happen on this memorable day. Well, I think it's safe to say they weren't kidding. Perhaps we jinxed ourselves, or maybe this was planned all along. No matter, now we're here. But there were many steps we took before finally being able to reach the top of this hill. So let me share my journey with you. You see, I picture life as this massive mountain. It's a journey that is hard, but can be rewarding. Along the way, there will be treacherous paths you will have to cross, narrow tunnels you will squeeze through, landslides that will cause a detour, unreliable tour guides that will get you lost, dangerous animals that will hurt you. But with every obstacle you overcome, you find yourself a little higher, a step closer to the top of your mountain. But what is the point? Why choose to go up at all? Why not turn around or stay? Well, that's the one rule about life. There is no going back. You can only move forward. And move forward we do, because we know at the top of the mountain lays the most precious gift of all, the view. It's not like any view you've seen. It's a view filled with memories, events, purpose, a timeline. There will be dark places you will wish to forget. There will be lovely areas you will wish to cross again. And if I have learned anything upon my mountain so far, if I have learned any one important lesson, it is this: life is beautiful. Life is beautiful. Its beauty comes from the unpredictability of what the path up the mountain holds. Will it be a clear area to walk along, or a tight edge to cling onto? But with every failure, obstacle, hardship you overcome, you take one more step on your mountain, and the view gets that much better. But beware, no mountain is ever smooth, least of all mine. I have walked paths I hope none of you ever will. I have sat next to a person I knew my whole life, who I called my father, who could no longer remember me at the end of his life. I held his hand, crying, unable to understand the mumbles from his delusional state. And in this hour of despair, he grabbed my hand, he squeezed it tight, and he told me, "Mila, I love you. I love you." And I knew at that point it was my father speaking. And through him, I saw at the moment a glimpse of the view upon my mountain. Life is indeed beautiful. Boulders have blocked my path. I have sat with my mother in a hospital waiting room, not knowing if my dad would survive the night. And during this time of uncertainty, we formed a bond that was unbreakable. We felt real love. And in this moment, I caught a glimpse of the view again. Life is beautiful. Unexpected landslides have delayed my journey, and yours too. I had to accept the fact that my dad would not be able to see me graduate. And you had to accept the fact that our graduation would be very different. And during this time of frustration and pain, we chose to come together. And in this moment, I can see life is beautiful. Don't you? I have trudged through my fair share of no's, my fair share of rejections, my fair share of unwanted goodbyes. But through it all, I still stand here before you, and I still say that life is beautiful. Class of 2020, there is no map to follow. There won't always be signs. Sometimes you will be alone in a dark place where no one can find you. But even in these treacherous hours, there is beauty if you just take a moment to look at the view. The power to understand and navigate life is entirely your own. It is you who determines how to detour the boulder, how to trudge through the mud, how to climb the rocks. It is you who determines whether to look at the view or not. So I challenge you to find the beauty in your own life, to not be afraid of what lies ahead, to be optimistic in times of despair, to learn from failures, to take risks, to appreciate every part of your journey. I challenge you to embrace all parts of life, to not be defeated when the boulders emerge, to not give up when the landslides cascade, to not lose hope when the dark of night approaches. If you can embrace, learn, and grow, if you can live through every moment step by step and not just walk through the motions, you will continue to take steps on your mountain and you will see the view. And once you do, you'll come to understand that every part of life, even the bad moments, can be beautiful. Class of 2020, let us continue on the journey ahead, prepared for what may happen, grateful for what will, but always, always observant of the view. Because now we have come to understand that life is beautiful.